the best organizations I've ever worked with, the ones who win great workplaces, they tend to define why they exist, what they're doing, and who's doing it earlier and better than anyone else in the market. Because let's face it, more people means more problems. It's hard to organize larger groups. You were just a group of founders yesterday with 6 people around you. What are these 60 people doing over here? And it comes up really fast. And so, if I look at this Pied Piper website, which is, if you actually Google Pied Piper, this is the TV show website. A middle-on compression solution making data storage problems smaller. Who cares? I mean, that's not interesting. That's not purpose. That's kind of what you do. And so the age-old thing about vision and mission and values really differentiates and separates the awesome companies that have a great future and some of the companies that really struggle with what are we doing, why are we doing it? And so I invite any entrepreneur very early on to say, who are you and why do you exist as an organization? And it just goes back to vision. And whenever I'm doing consulting projects, like, I don't understand what this vision thing is. It's kind of confusing. Like, doesn't that sound like mission? So, I literally put the same definition up every single time. If the organization were to achieve all of its strategic goals, what would it look like 10 years from now? And as an entrepreneur, you're like, hey, I just got off the ground here, right? I just got some funding. Like, I don't want to think about this. I just want to live to next week. But I'm telling you, the differentiators between good and great spend time on this as a group. But you look at the Smithsonian, and this has changed the world stuff. This is exciting, right? Shaping the future by preserving our heritage, discovering new knowledge, sharing our resources with the world. Wow, I want to be part of that, right? That's an amazing vision. Of course, Google's provide access to the world's information in one click. Okay, well, maybe I'm not that, inspired, but that's pretty exciting stuff. And I think all of the teams here today have done a very good job of expressing what they want to do. And I think that's a great start. If that's vision in the 10-year story, well, you're kind of made up of like multiple missions to get there. So the mission statement, while some people get kind of confused on it, it's really the reason for existence. It describes the company, what it does, but it can change a lot. Because as the company shifts and pivots and solves problems, you may have 2 or 3 missions on the way to your vision. Anyone watch the TED conferences online? Pretty great. I love watching them. I'm never qualified to do that, but they do a pretty good job. But spreading ideas is a mission. Public broadcast, PBS, to create content that educates, informs, and inspires. Setting that mission, again, when you've got 6 people working for you, no problem. You talk around the water cooler. You get 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 100, 200, 300. Not everyone's going to make the same decisions you do unless you set up this framework. So the best companies build this to scale from early days. And the values, if you've got kind of why and what, and then you get down to how. How do you want people to behave? Facebook's is kind of legendary. Be bold, focus on impact, move fast, be open, build social value. It can be simple, it can be aspirational. The point is you want to put it down and say, this is what we expect, how we want to interact, how we want to behave, who we are. Because when I go recruiting, they better fit into this. Otherwise I end up with an organization that I designed, I hired for, and I'm not happy with. And it's not helping me hit my dreams. I've talked to a number of founders, unfortunately 5 or 6 years in, going like, I don't want to work with any of these people anymore. I don't like them. And I kind of go, well, you got a bit of a problem, don't you? Well, we're going to have to fix that. We're going to have to work through a change plan. I'm always like, just deal with it at the front door, right? If you spend some time on it up front, I mean, it doesn't start with the job description. It starts with answering these questions. And what does it take? A day? Maybe 2? And it saves you hours, hundreds of hours, thousands of dollars? It's worth it. Vision, mission, values.